Hey everyone, got a trailer here I'm working on today for a customer slash friend. It's a 40 some odd, maybe 50-foot long tilt deck, triaxle. The deck tilts, there's a winch underneath it, and the roller that the winch rides on, because the winch is underneath, it would come up and around like the cable here used to come back to this hole. There was a roller and it would turn 90 degrees or whatever and go back, but ripped it off. Just ripped the tubing clean off. Obviously there's some sort of incident, but we're gonna rework this. I don't like this. I don't want to use that stuff, so we're gonna put, I think, take this piece of channel off, put another piece of channel in here, put a nice piece of 1/2-inch plate over top of this whole area, and then have a set of fair leads, something that is serviceable, replaceable, you can buy on Amazon or whatever. This is from the original manufacturer. It looks like mechanical tubing, maybe with plugs welded in the end. There's nothing really wrong with this. It's just, this isn't serviceable. Like, this is all welded together. This is like, if something goes wrong like this, he's out, he's done, you can't use it. Whereas if I put a piece of 1/2-inch plate in here, I know that he's not going to damage that. And if he does, like, it's going to tear up the whole frame and everything, so then it's much worse than that. And then if the fair leads break after some time, I've already bought 2, so I'll put an extra one in his box, just bolt them down, maybe a little stitch of weld, you can grind it off, take your bolts out, put a new one in, be back to work the next morning. That's my idea anyways. I don't know if it's going to work out, and he's also talked to me about quite a few other crack repairs and stuff, which probably just do some little time-lapse videos, and then maybe a snatch block hook up to here as well. I might cut a piece of tubing, cap it, and put a big D-ring or something so he can double his pulling power. I'm not 100% sure on the snatch block idea. I think originally I was going to have the fair lead here, and then maybe I'll probably just put a block here and then a taller thing you can tie to. That probably makes sense. I'll try and get everything in the middle of the winch. I'm not sure if it is right now. Definitely going to take this off like here, because he said he doesn't use it after this point. It doesn't need to be here, and then there's no channel like this, so I'll go cut one of those. But anyways, I'm going to work through it, and I'll bring you guys along for the ride. I'll see you when I have more to show you. Okay, so quick update. I cut some channel somewhere here. Where is it? Oh, I think I left it outside actually. I cut a channel piece for a cross member. I cut this piece of 1/2-inch plate to go over top of it. I'm laying out my holes for the fair lead, and then I'm going to put some bolt holes in it too. There's going to be a piece of square tube there. I'm going to put a D-ring on top of it, and that's going to get us up over top of the fair lead, to put a D-ring so you could have a block and tackle, or whatever you want to call it, the hook with the pulley on the end of it. I think it's the block and tackle. It doubles your lifting force. So yeah, I cut the 1/2-inch plate out of this piece here. I ripped it off of a big piece outside. So yeah, I just put my plasma cutter and my arc drive to do that. I'm going to keep cutting these parts out here, and I'll film that part next. Okay, so we got some gouging to do now on this trailer. When we take the parts off the front, there's some gouging to do there, but then there's also the fenders are cracked and the frame has a couple cracks in it too. So we're gonna do all the gouging at once. Stopped raining for 5 minutes, so I'm sure as soon as I put my welding helmet on, it'll start again. But we're just gonna get this done. So enjoy. Okay, so this is what we got. Looking like it's gonna work. There's our block and tackle D-ring thing just sitting there. Doesn't look like it's gonna interfere with the motions of the oceans high enough above. And then we're gonna bolt this down. I think we'll take the plate inside and paint it before we weld it on, so that it's just touch-up paint I have to do, and I don't have to try and lay on my back and paint it. Still got a patch to do here from the damage originally, and I gouged out the frame and the cracks in the fenders, but those still need to be welded. So instead of packing up all my welding gear twice, I think I'll probably weld all this out, and then I will approach this. We're getting into the later afternoon here, so I don't know how much more I'll get done, but I think what I'll do is get all that stuff squared away, and then all that's left is just this general area. So yeah, this is just minor stuff. These are 1/4-inch plate drive over ramps, and they just have little cracks and stuff that I gouged out, so we'll just weld those up. And on the other side, it's a little tough to get to, as you probably saw before, but there's this square tube on the bottom. It's a stiffener. Keeps this channel or square tubing, it looks like a channel because of how square the edges are, keeps it from bending, but it's cracking along those welds about halfway up or so. About half of them are cracked, so we'll re-weld those with some 7018 and put a little bit more weld. This is just MIG welded. It's not exactly easy to get a good penetrating horizontal MIG weld with no prep at all, like, because there's no rounded joint there. It's just two square edges touching each other, so it's already a challenge to use spray transfer MIG in a horizontal position, but 7018 loves it. So I've already gouged it, so there's my weld prep, and yeah, should last them a little bit longer until it doesn't. So yeah, so we'll weld those up, weld these cracks, and look at what time it is. Probably throw a lick of paint on that plate while it's inside, so that when I go to weld it, I don't have to paint nearly as much afterwards. I'm going to record a video, so don't worry, I'm not talking to myself. Okay. Okay. Hello, people of the internet. We got this trailer fixed up. So I got everything painted, welded, finished. So there was a small little repairs here and there to do. Got those done. Weld. Lots of welds. That's oil on there, not spray paint. I didn't spray over the stickers, but yeah, all the welds finished after we arc gouged it. A couple more welds over there. Not really too exciting. I love this time of year. I hate this stuff so much. Anyways, there's more welds there, but the main thing is done now. So we got that plate that I cut out there welded on. There's the thing for the block and tackle, so that if you want to double it up, or even just another tie down point realistically, or a place to hook your thing to. Customers requested to have it down there because you can pull stuff. It doesn't take as long to rewind. So we changed the winch cable out, and we changed the direction of the winch cable. Before it was coming up this way. This is less drag on the drum. So yeah, we went with one size bigger 3/8 or whatever the fancy number is for wire rope, with a can't remember what these things are called, ferrule, and a latch with the safety on it. So yeah, I think you'll be happy with that. The fair lead is there, bolted down as a grade 8 bolt. Hoping that 2 is enough. It's what came on it. It's what it's rated for. It says 17,000 pounds max. So this is a 12,000 pound winch. This deck tilts too as well, so this angle, it's not going to always just be like that. A lot of the time it'll be more like up here and pulling like down, so it'll be a lot less on it, because there's no ramps on this. So, and he uses it to pull trailers on and trucks and stuff. So anyways, yeah, plate, we welded the channel underneath, and there's your final result. So hopefully that works good for him. I have one more of these. Need to remember to go put it in this box just in case one of these fails on him. That was his biggest complaint, is he couldn't get replacement parts. But these are 50 bucks on Amazon. So 2 bolts on off. Hopefully it lasts a long time for him, and you know, realistically, hopefully he doesn't have to use it at all. But we'll find out. If it's not strong enough, there's a good base here to work with. The customer is a good buddy of mine, so he's flexible with me coming up with ideas. Anyways, yeah, this is what I came up with, and I hope it works good for him. And yeah, thank you for watching me work on stuff. Do the comments, like, subscribe, tell me how I did, tell me how much I suck. I don't know. do something. Anyways, bye.